Hello friends, welcome to KT Research Guidance Bureau. Myself, Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur, would like to say few words for the Bureau. This Bureau is very helpful to undergraduate, postgraduate, research students. Not only this, those who are interested to clear NET, SLET or any other competitive exams, this bureau provides enough guideline for various subjects. So my humble request to you that please subscribe the bureau, give your comments and favor for the bureau. Today, I will give you the brief idea about schools of management. In that, we will try to understand the basics of schools of management and why various schools have developed in the market. Moreover, we will try to understand one school of management in detail. So let's begin with simple background of schools of management. The schools of management thought are theoretical frameworks for the study of management. Each of the schools of management thought are based on somewhat different assumptions about human beings and the organization for which they work. Since the formal study of management began later in the 19th century, the study of management has progressed through several stages as schools and practitioners working in different areas focused on what they believe to be important aspect of good management practice. Over time, management thinkers have sought ways to organize and classify the voluminous information about management that has been collected and disseminated. This attempt at classification have resulted in the identification of schools of management. There are various schools. So first question comes in your mind about reasons and problems due to various schools of management, because at a time none of the person can adopt all theories for practice. So first we will try to understand reasons and problems due to various schools of management. First and foremost is cementing problems. Many times a person has something in his mind and he realized and he developed that theory in black and white. That time his logic, his experience and his thinking pattern is different. Afterwards, another fellow may read the theory, but his logic, his experience may be different and he may find out another meaning of his writing. And in our country, we are expert in these things, because all the time in politics also, opposition party, they interpret one of the law and situation in a different manner. Another one is contribution from different disciplines. We know that management is in every walks of life. That is not for the business organization, it is for the family, for the society, for social organization also. So different contributors, they try to develop the management. So obviously their experiences are different, their way of thinking is different. So everything based on their support, and it may be different. So sometimes one person suggested one alternative, and at the same time another person gave emphasis on opposite alternative. So the person is in a dilemma what to do. So what is the best solution for that one? Analyze your situation, develop your alternative, evaluate them, and then implement it. So many cooks spoil the meals. So we have to careful about it. And another one is misunderstanding of management principles. In first session, we learn principles of management. That time I explained you all these things. So they are not in a different manner, but for one situation, one principle works, and for another situation, another may work. But we people, we would like to misunderstand majority of the things. So misunderstanding may create the havoc, but for the business organization, that havoc is very harmful. To realize the situation and try to implement a proper school of management for the organization. Now, you want to adopt one of the principal or school. That time you have to keep in mind some of the basic criteria for adopting an approach. If your criteria are poor or not clear, then obviously you can't adopt a proper approach. So keep in mind some basic criteria. Among them, first one is school deal with an area of knowledge and inquiry. This is the first and foremost. Now, being a management student, we are able to understand these criteria very easily. Second one is should be useful in improving practice and task of management. When you adopt any of the approach, that time that approach must be useful in improving practice and task of management. Or in other words, we can say that it must be able to improve the situation and to find out amicable solution for that. Next criteria is should not be lost in semantics. So you have to be careful about it and should give direction and efficiency to research. Research is the main thing for any of the activity or organization or management. So your approach has to motivate the research work, because without research, without better alternative, organization can't survive for a longer duration. And last but not least, should we recognize that it is a part of a large universe. Organization is a part of large universe. So what we are doing, that thing must be beneficial to the society or universe. If it is harmful, then obviously for a shorter duration, a person or an organization can enjoy the benefit, but at a longer duration, it is very dangerous for the organization. So when you adopt any of the approach, that time keep in mind this basic criteria. And if the approach fulfills your criteria, then only adopt it. Otherwise, find out the better alternative. Now, I would like to give you the list of schools of management. First one is empirical school, and that we are going to learn today in detail. Another one is classical school of management. Third one is behavioral school of management. Fourth is social school of management and management science school. So if you check the history, all these schools, they are in a logical manner. One thinker contributed to the previous one. And as per the experience and situation, they added new element in another school. And many times they design a new ideology or philosophy or model for the school. So today I will give you the brief idea about empirical school. The school studies management by analyzing past managerial experiences, usually through case studies. So this is the base of the school, and the main objective of studying experiences is to draw generalizations and to develop means of teaching and transferring experiences to other practitioners. So keep in mind these two basic points for empirical school. This school is also known as management by custom schools, because that time customs were the main thing, or you can say case study approach, and mainly this school considered the case studies, and as per their case they design their model, or you can say management process approach. Obviously management is a process, so this school is also known as management process approach, and obviously it is also known as empirical approach. So these are the three synonymous. You can interchange or you can use any of the word for empirical school. Now let's try to understand some basic things for empirical approach. Afterwards, we will try to understand assumptions for that. So, when first time they studied management, that time some basic things were in the mind of the thinker, and he assumes so many things. So if assumptions are right, then only this school is suitable for that. So when you want to understand any of the theory, that time assumption must be clear in your mind. So first and foremost is management is the study of experience, and such experience may give some message to the next manager. Or we can say that it is always based on practical experience. This also you can say means as per the situation a person find out so many things, and he designed the theory. Why? Because the next generation or the another manager can understand that theory and can take the decision. But keep in mind, experiences are different in every situation. Suppose for the human resources, in one situation, one person behaves in a different way, and in another situation, he behaves in a different manner. So, nobody can say that one experience is universal in nature, and all the time you will get the same experience. Means, in past, the situation for human resources, for capital, and for infrastructure was different. And today, it is quite different. So, experience may be different. So, if your assumption is right, then your adoption is also right, and you can get a better solution. But if your basic assumption is wrong, then obviously it may create many problems. Second assumption is all case studies in management can be useful in training future managers. Up to some extent, this is right. This assumption is right. But if you compare today's situation with 10 years back situation, then that manager experience is different, and today's situation is different. So as per today's situation, you have to train the person. Now let's take one example. Suppose in banking industry, previously it was manual driven, and suppose a person is functioning his work as a manager since last 30 years, and he emphasized on manual training and don't use computers or anything, that time he may not get success. So case studies are different. In olden days, they have different types of experience and they face different cases, and today's situation is different. So evaluate the situation and take the decision. Next one is the success or failure of management is the process of decision making can provide a fruitful guidance to the manager in a similar situation that may be arise in future. This assumption highlights and emphasizes on decision making. And if your decision is right, then obviously you will get success. But all the time, if your decisions are based on past experience, then today's situation is different. So, as per the situation, no doubt, study that cases and get the idea. Then compare that situation with the recent scenario and then try to take the decision. Then your decisions may be right and maybe give you win-win situation for all. Now, as the other schools are not free from the criticism, this school is also criticized in several ways. Some of them I would like to give you. So let's study criticism of empirical school. First and foremost, what comes in your mind? This approach has given much importance to the past, which is supposed to be main drawback. Means it emphasizes on past. Past is the main thing, but all the time past experience may be helpful, but all the time don't emphasize that in past this fellow has taken this decision, so today I will take the same decision. That is the main criticism. And in judiciary department, if you check the judgment, then many times judgments may not be right. Why? Because they are based on the past judgment, and the judge in his judgment all the time writes that in this situation this judge took this decision and it was right, so I am taking this. In support of his judgment, he gives this argument. But judgment may be challenged in upper court. Why? Person is not satisfied and he feels that this is wrong. Next one is neglected the concept of the theoretical aspect of management. Obviously, if the theory is based on past experience, then it neglects the theoretical aspect of the main subject. This is also one of the main drawback of this school of management. Then, learning through experience is a time consuming process, and in modern era we have not that much time. Every day, minute to minute, second to second, situation is changing. And if you feel that all the time I will rely on my experience, then one life is very short. Learn the lesson from others' experience. So keep in mind these things. And as I told you, that management is not static. Management is highly dynamic. No doubt, we design the rules and regulations for that. But with the situation, with the time, we change our rules and regulations also. So management is highly dynamic activity. So today I gave you the brief idea about schools of management and detailed idea about empirical school. I hope you enjoyed the session. So please subscribe the channel, give your comments and don't forget to give thumbs up. Thank you very much. So nice of you.